Okay, welcome back. So we go to the first step here, and we want all zeros of the numerator. So take the numerator and set it equal to 0. Okay, none exist, so there are none on that step. On this step, we want zeros of the denominator. And so take the denominator and set it equal to 0, and we have 1, and this will be a vertical. Asymptote. Okay? And then on the third one, okay, we check the degrees. The degrees of the numerator and the denominator. Okay, so the degree of the numerator we're going to call n. And look, there's no degree because there's no variable up there. And for the denominator, we'll call it m, and m is 1 because the power of x is 1 right there. Okay, and so then there's 3 things that happen. There's 3 things that can happen. Okay, one of them is that n can be smaller than m, which is the case we have here. And in that case, then your horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. Okay, if n is equal to m, your horizontal asymptote is the ratio of leading coefficients. So let's say I had x in the top also. If I had 5x in the top and x in the bottom, I would take 5 and 1 and make a ratio out of them. Of course, then the degree of the top could be greater. And if that's the case, we have a slant asymptote. Okay, so there's 3. And notice if there's not any variables up here in the top, you're always going to have y equals 0. So I've got a vertical asymptote at x equals 0. I don't cross the x-axis at all, and I have a horizontal one at y equals 0. Okay, and then we want the, this one's called the info wave. And so for the info wave, draw you a number line like so. Or on the info wave, draw you a number line. And if this power is 1, my biggest power of x is 1. So the right end up, left end down. If it had a negative coefficient, those would flip. And then go back right here. There's not 1 right there. And on here, go ahead and graph the vertical asymptote right there. And we don't graph this one at all. We just graph these first 2, 1 and 2. And then you're just sort of going to snake through them. So what this means is to the right of 0, we're always positive. To the left of 0, we're always negative. And then number 5 is my graph. So come down here on your graph. Okay, and on your graph, what you want is We'll go up here. There's nothing to graph there. When there's a 0, we'll intersect, but there's nothing to graph. We want to graph the vertical asymptote, so that's right here. It just happens to be it's on the axis. And then we come down here, the horizontal one is y equals 0. Like so. So we get the asymptotes graphed. And then what we're going to have here is we're going to be boomeranging to some extent. So this one's really going to go like this. It's going to approach these asymptotes but never cross. So this would be number 3. This is problem 3, all 5 steps. Let's see if I can zoom that out a little bit where you can get pretty much the whole thing. There it is. And we'll be back.